Flowers are back. Hello.
Alright.
Okay, go
Oh,
ahead
look
and.
at her with the suit.
I
Okay,
know. Look
baddie.
at cute queen. Yes.
Baddie, yaddy, yaddy. Yeah.
I hope he can make it back in. We don't
I
have.
love to see it. Look at all this bad bee activity. Yeah.
Bree.
We
This
could
is
ask
Boogie.
Lando. Do you think we could ask Lando to take over?
Hey,
We
I gotta
bud.
pop
could.
my
Hey,
head.
Bree. Hold on. I'll
What
be
you
back. Let
what
me
you
take.
doing,
Let me
girl?
take this
Hi.
Kate. About to take a case. We still in court right now. What you? What's it? What's up? What you up to?
I'm trying to plan my general slash baby shower. We're trying to make it tomorrow, so make sure you're there. But if we getting confirmation from the city, that it's gonna be tomorrow. But so I'm gonna let you know. But
Okay.
I was trying to maybe shop with y'all for some food. Are y'all the ones that got the lobster macaroni and cheese?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna need some lobster mac. Um, where's your menu at? You got a full menu you can send me?
Yeah. Go ahead and open up a ticket in Chicks under book an event, and
Okay,
I'll
okay.
send you the catering menu.
All right, bet. Let me try to find your yeah. Ease. It's under chicks, right?
Yep, under Chicks and P2P.
All right, I'm gonna find it.
All right.
All
Hit
right,
hit me
I
back
got
if
you.
you have any problems. All right.
Okay.
How are you supposed to be discussing the case without your lawyer outside by himself? Like, judge is not even here.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so we're waiting for your attorney to fly back in. It looks like he's having some technical difficulties.
All right.
So we appreciate your patience. Just give us a little
Okay.
bit.
No problem.
Okay. Where did JB go? Out in the hall?
I think so.
Yeah, what's the officer?
Oh, okay.
Discussing a case separate.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, thank
Damn.
you.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
this
Troublefield.
Lucas has to go.
Oh, man. Is there any other officer available?
No, ma'am.
um,
The only one.
All right. Well,
wait, hold on.
if he is
Who's
found guilty, then he will have to do like old boy did yesterday and turn himself in. If he's given jail
yeah?
time, we'll have him report directly to you, Lucas.
All right.
Okay. We'll keep you updated on everything. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
All right.
All right. Come on. Let's do this, girl.
Damn it.
I know.
Yeah, this is gonna kind of fuck me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you'll be okay. All right. It looks like we can get started. Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
Jesus. You all right? The hell?
Well then.
My God. Lord.
ooh, you sure? Damn.
Lord of mercy. All right. Here we go. Oh, shit. Did the wrong thing, honey. Let's see. All right. Here we go. No musical interludes. Straight to business. All right. This young man has waited long enough. He said he is not guilty of the crimes charged to him by the state. So tonight we're going to find out if he's innocent or guilty. He will be judged by a jury of his peers seated to my right. DA, can you please read the charges before we get started so that the jury understands We'll also have our live satellite feed, who will be entering in a rendering their decision as well to count as one of the jurors.
Mhm.
Please read the charges.
All right, Your Honor. This is a pretty.
Can you adjust your microphone? Thank you.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. All right. This
There you
is
go.
a pretty long one here. So on December.
Oh no, just
So on.
read the charges.
Okay, so the charges are as follows. Yeesh, there's so many of them. I gotta open up the
Oh,
NDT.
shade.
All right, Your Honor. So, the defendant is being charged with PC2-810, resisting arrest, PC2-302 fraud, and PC2-3, 512 conspiracy, to commit fraud. The original sentence for his original crime, which occurred 20 days ago on December 22nd of last year. The defendant, I believe, was post trial granted a continuance and was to be seen after the Christmas break on December 26th, which he also failed to do. Thereby, a warrant was issued out for his arrest, and the arrest was lawfully executed. The original arrest was done by Quint Lucas, and the apprehension of the warrant was done by Reno Vega. The defendant, during his original arrest, was found in possession of $177,780 and 17 clone cards. The members of APD had been pursuing Sam all over the city. His MO is that he would hit an ATM, make a few fraud.
She's just reading the charges. We haven't started the trial yet.
Now testifying.
This isn't a testimony, Your Honor. In absence of the presence of the officers, I'm reading the report.
Oh well, read the report. You can read the report during the trial. We just need to know the charges and what was found on his person.
Okay, so all of those charges and his new charges in addition to that, with failure to appear. So that would leave him to face 600 and keep in mind, Your Honor, these charges were doubled right upon him missing his trial the first time. You pardoned it and they were doubled again. So right now he's facing 650 months and $352,000 in fines.
Understood. All right, so let's lay out the rules of war. Jury, pay attention, both in TikToklandia and here with us in the courtroom. We thank you for your service. The rules are as follows. This is the case, the state versus Sam. The prosecution and the defense gets opening statements, 1 minute each. When it's your turn to present your witnesses, you get 4 questions. The other side gets 3 questions to cross-examine, and the presenting side gets 1 additional question on the redirect. Okay. Jury, you are looking to decide the innocence and guilt of each charge, specifically the charges that the DA just read. All right, let's begin. Prosecution. DA Balthazar for the prosecution and the state. You may begin. You have 1 minute for your opening statements.
Ooh, ladies of the jury, and ladies and gentlemen of this great court, the fact that we are even still sat here is astronomical at best. This defendant was arrested for fraudulent ATM transactions on December 22nd. And he did the right thing at first. He was granted a continuance and he was ordered lawfully to appear here on the 22nd, and he failed to do so. And he has evaded justice from the 26th all the way to today, wasting court time and resources, APD time and resources. And the crazy thing is, he was caught doing it in 4K. So, what the prosecution will be doing today is proving not only beyond a reasonable doubt that he did it, but that he has also wasted our time thinking.
Prosecution, defense, opening statement, 1 minute.
That was cute, right? So, listen, here, the matter before you is whether my client was resisting arrest. What they will show you is my client was standing in front of an ATM with his girlfriend doing nothing. They were merely talking. Does that constitute them to pursue him relentlessly? Not once did they identify that they were officers. And me as a black man, if another black man come charging at me with anything that appears to look like a gun, best believe my black ass gonna run. And that's exactly what my client did. So is he guilty of running? No, he's guilty of saving his own life. But we'll get more into that as the DA give y'all some more words, Howard.
Oh, shade already. Jury, feel free to break out your umbrellas. Prosecution, you may call your first witness.
I do not have any witnesses to call, Your Honor, but of course, if we would kindly enter into the live chat where you're currently at stage, I would like everybody present to go ahead and join that chat room, please.
Jury, you are instructed to go to the DOJ emails and enter into the live courtroom. I'll be able to see you upon entering. Okay, Escobar's in. Luna Astral is in. And as you're coming in, go ahead and click on the chat bubble. In the chat, you will see a video that was posted by the DA. That is the evidence from the state. That is for your purview as we listen to what the DA has to tell us. It's at the very top. Can someone help her find it, please?
Ladies of the jury, it's at the very top. It'll say live courtroom. If you join in there, you'll see that I'm sharing my vision. And this is also where you go. If you see the chat, this is also where you go. That's another place where we post evidence for you guys. It's in the DOJ. It'll say COA, Department of Justice.
For those of us joining us on the satellite feed, our jurors of the world of the dream world, the DA will explain the evidence in detail that the jury here in court is looking at, so that you are aware of what everybody is saying.
If you're unable to see it, I did also post it in live courtroom 1 chat, so you can witness it yourself. But I'm also sharing it on the stage.
DA, can you give us a rundown of the evidence that you have presented?
Absolutely, Your Honor. One moment. So as we show here, the statement as follows by the officer per their report entered into evidence. they stated that they had been following the defendant all over the city who had been making fraudulent transactions. Now, how the police know this is that these are stolen cards. These are cards. Someone can copy your card number right from out of your purse and sell the information.
Objection.
The cloned
And
cards are entered
what
into...
is your objection, Troublefield?
She's speaking on facts, not in evidence. She's saying that they chased them around town with fraudulent cards making transactions. Where's the evidence on that?
Aren't I in the middle of presenting the evidence?
To a
You have
degree,
already entered it.
to a degree sustained. DA, can you read to us the officer's report?
Absolutely, Your Honor. So in the officer's report, which can be seen here in this photograph, the report states that was chasing Mr. Sam around the city for hitting ATM after ATM. When we finally caught up with him, he was in front of the ATM with his door open, but he ran in a different way and was tased after I gave him commands to stop. This was at the time, Lieutenant Quint Lucas's report from the original arrest that occurred on December 22nd. So now that we have established that lovely fact, per the officer's report, he had been pursuing the suspect. So how the officers know where these transactions take place is these items, cloned cards, they're stolen cards. Someone can essentially scan the card right from out of your purse or wallet, sell the information. Your information gets attached to a duplicate card that you did not consent to. And of course, they can use that card at stores or at ATMs. And that's coming out of your bank account. So when that happens, the cards are flagged and reported by the bank every time they're used. Those reports go directly to the PD dispatch. So the PD dispatcher had been going off from location to location to location, and they had followed these calls around and finally caught up with Mr. Sam. That's where this video starts out as. As we can see, here's Officer Quint Lucas, and at the time, I keep saying officer, Lieutenant Quint Lucas, and at the time, Lieutenant Lewick exercising a sting. Now, if we look here, I will maximize the screen and show you in a second. As the officer creeps closer, you can even see the defendant in the middle of making a fraudulent withdrawal when
Objection.
What's the basis of your objection?
You can't see that from this body cam footage. You just see two people standing in front of ATM.
Is he telling me what I can see?
Overruled, counselor. You can't tell people what they are seeing. Continue, DA.
All right, so as is observable, you can see that the defendant, along with another unrelated individual, are at the ATM, and just right there, cash was withdrawn. So now they coordinate and get clearance to move. His door was open, but for some reason he runs the other way. Now at this point, he is evading justice. As reported by the other officer involved, my apologies, a little bit of slow reaction there. So as you can hear here, I'm gonna make sure to turn it up. The officer there does identify himself because a female had stopped, and the only person running is
Objection.
him.
That is not in this body cam.
Actually, Troublefield, we're actually watching it as she's describing it.
Did y'all hear that? I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it.
Sorry, overruled. Continue, DA.
All right, so in this brief frame, I'll rewind it. Right there. It's very hard to see if you have access to the video, feel free to play it in slow motion. You can see that the woman right there had been handcuffed by the officer, and now the other officer is in pursuit. And at that point, when you arrest somebody, when you detain someone, it is in the SOPs to identify yourself as law enforcement and inform them that they're being detained. And that happened right here. He had handcuffed, which is why you saw that brief frame. She was handcuffed and briefly appeared in frame. And then sometimes what happens is when you're handcuffed, you'll poof back to the original location you were handcuffed, even if you run a few extra feet forward. So he's right there. The arrest is happening right here behind this glass, as you can see. And he was right here at one point. So Lou is identifying himself, and this person is tased for running, and you briefly saw right there she was being arrested. Now, here's the thing. I will stipulate to the defense that maybe he didn't hear any lawful orders or anything, but now this is a lawful order. Police are the only individuals authorized to use tasers. This is not a gun, it is a yellow taser. Lawful order still running. Lawful order still running. And now is arrested. And as you can, he said, he said scamming ass, as he said in the video, because again, they had been chasing him for hours across the city. So this is now a lawful arrest, which brings into evidence. The defendant had been doing this so long, and the officers had been chasing him so long, that he amassed $117,780. There was only 17 cards found on him, but this spree went on for over an hour.
Wow.
And these, keep in mind, are also the only items that were found on the defendant at the time. Not a not a snack, not a phone, just those, which is classic MO for people who do what's called ATM dashing. It's where you have these cloned cards, you illegally withdraw funds from stolen accounts, you do it a few times, and you go to another ATM. And by the time the officers get the dispatch, you're already on the way to the next ATM. This is a straightforward case of fluff around and find out.
Oh! Damn.
And now the prosecution would like to call Mr. Sam to the witness stand.
Oh. Mr. Sam, would you please take the stand?
Mr. Sam, why did you have these cloned cards on your person at the time of your arrest?
Having a clone card is not illegal. I mean,
My apologies. Continue.
Having a clone card is not illegal.
All right, and is that your answer in full, sir?
Yep.
Your Honor, might I direct our attention to our state laws? Conspiracy to commit fraud is being in possession of any item or tool that can be used in kind to commit fraud.
That's facts.
So I would like to inform you, this is not a question. Mr. Sam, by our laws, what you had on your person was illegal.
Next question, DA.
What were you doing by that ATM at the time of, not your arrest, your unlawful evading?
Mm.
I never unlawfully evaded because I was never doing anything. When the officers approached me when I was being arrested, I was just standing up on my phone. I seen people approaching me with look like weapons drawn.
Your Honor,
Nobody.
motion to strike. None of this answers my question. I was just asking what he was doing by the ATM.
Objection. He
That's the only.
answered.
That's the
He
only
was telling
ATM.
her exactly what he was doing.
That's the only ATM I was by, Your Honor.
Mr. Sam, can you answer the DA's question? DA, please reiterate the question.
What were you doing by the ATM? Were you using it? What were you doing by there?
I was by the ATM on my phone, and my girlfriend was passing me money through my phone for me to deposit
Mr.
because
Sam,
she was having issues with depositing money to the ATM, and I was doing it for her.
Mr. Sam, you just stated that your girlfriend was passing you money through the phone for you to deposit into the ATM. So you're stating and I'm just elaborating and making sure
I want to
that
be
I
clear.
have a understanding of what the defendant is saying. So you're saying that your girlfriend was passing money through the phones so that you could deposit it into the ATM. Through the phones is an account to account transaction. So there would be no need for an ATM if she was passing you money through the phone.
Ooh.
Objection.
Yeah,
He
but as you
clearly
can
said
see,
passing him cash so he could deposit it into the ATM. Is what he said.
Cash
Sustained.
through the phone?
exactly.
It further
He
falls.
was being passed cash so he could deposit it into
But
the
he
ATM.
did not say
Counselor,
that. You're saying
hold
that.
hold on. Troublefield. You either object, state your objection,
I
I'll
object.
overrule, or I'll sustain it or overrule
Object.
it.
Cause for speculation.
Your Honor,
Overruled.
Can I
Please
can
answer
I
the
speak, Your
question,
Honor?
Mr. Sam. Yes.
he
All
already
right,
answered
thank you,
it. I
Your
have
Honor.
another question.
Okay, moved on. This is your third question.
So I just want to establish the facts. This is my third question. You were standing next to an ATM, getting passed money through the phone, even though ATMs need cash, while also being in possession of cloned cards. Those are the facts that you outlined in your testimony. I'm just confirming. But if you don't feel comfortable confirming, we can move on. My
I don't agree with
last
that.
question. Good thing you're here to answer questions and not agree.
Oh,
My last question. You stated that you were being given money through the phone for the ATM, but keep in mind that there was no phone found on your person at the time of your arrest.
damn.
So, Mr. Sam, it's appearing that you just perjured yourself.
It appears that somebody's on the police force is stealing.
Your Honor, motion to strike, that is a criminal accusation tantamount to corruption.
Sustained. Jury, you will not pay attention to that last statement.
I have no more questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Troublefield, you may cross-examine. You have 3 questions.
Hold on, you have a question in the gallery.
Your
I'm
Honor,
Your Honor.
we are in the
I'm
middle
sorry.
of trial.
There's no questions from the gallery. Troublefield, if you wish to put her down as a witness, you can do so. But there's no questions from the gallery during a trial.
Can I speak to her for a second?
Troublefield,
Oh,
you're in the
yes.
middle of a trial. You're either going to call her as a witness or you're not.
I'm a cross-examine real quick.
Okay. 3
Now,
questions.
3 questions. Okay, so Mr. Sam, since you kept getting cut off and words put in your mouth, can you tell us
Oh.
the events
Your
that
Honor,
led
motion
you?
to strike. I was not putting words in the defendant's mouth. I reiterated what he said.
I'll rephrase.
Okay.
Mr. Sam, could you please tell us the events that led you to be standing in front of the ATM with your female friend?
No problem. Me and my girlfriend, we was at the store. We were standing outside, and she was having trouble with depositing money in the ATM. So she gave me some money to deposit into the ATM. And as you can see in the video, I was on my phone transferring the money to her phone to give her money back that she couldn't deposit. And that's what I was doing over there at the ATM.
Troublefield, your second question.
Okay. Um, while you were standing at the ATM and you saw this figure appear, what did you do next? Like, did they wait first? First, did they identify themselves? These random figures that came charging at
Objection,
you?
compound question.
No,
Sustained. This is your question, sir.
That's fine.
Okay.
no, they didn't. They
Last
didn't
question.
identify.
Oh, they never identified. Okay, cool. And when the officer handcuffed you and tackled you to the ground, what exactly did he call you?
A scamming ass boy.
Oh,
Okay, appreciate it.
DA, you have one question on the redirect.
Mr. Sam, this is a yes or no question. In your prior testimony, did you admit to having cloned cards on your person?
Yeah, I had clone cards.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Sam, you can step down. Do you have any additional witness? Oh, do you have any additional witnesses, DA?
No, I do not have any further witnesses. We are good to. I am good to close.
All right. The prosecution rests. It is now the defense's turn. Mr. Troublefield, you may call your first witness to the stand.
At this time, we would like to call Miss Andrea to the stand.
Mr. Andreas, please take the stand. You better walk. So, Andreas, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you 5M gods?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Troublefield, you get 4 questions.
Miss Andreas, the DA would like us to believe that on the day you two were arrested, that the officers actually identified themselves per SOP when they placed you in handcuffs. Can you confirm that?
Your Honor, objection. Motion to strike witness testimony. 1. I did just review our NDTs. This person, whoever this woman is in this video, was released. There's no way to confirm who this woman is in the video because one of the minorly involved officers.
Objection. That should have been in the police report then, because if she was an accomplice to said crime, then why is she even listed on the police report? Just because you released her, does not mean she's not part of the case.
All right. Overruled. She can testify. Ma'am, answer the question.
They did not identify themselves, no. They just came up from behind us. The officer attempted to tackle me, in which I had no idea who he was. I thought I was being attacked. You know, as a woman, it's kind of scary. So they did not identify themselves. I was scared and I started trying to defend myself. I am speaking, please, and thank you.
Your Honor, I object
I
to this testimony on the grounds that she's not listed in any of the reports to have been involved, and the only other officer
He is
who
clearly seen
corroborates
in the body
her
cam.
clearly seen.
Oh,
I
now
can't
you
tell
can't see
who the
clearly.
woman
Oh,
is.
no, right,
Your
but you can
Honor?
tell me.
Order!
You know what?
Honor?
Don't piss me
Order!
off today. I just took
Order
class.
in the court.
Your Honor, permission to approach the bench.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Permission
I
granted.
have video evidence that I was at the scene and that the officers did not identify themselves.
And where's this video? It hasn't been submitted prior to court, so it's inadmissible. There's no evidence to corroborate that this
now we
woman
want to
was
talk
even
about
there.
being submitted prior to court. How
All
long
right,
take y'all
all
to
right.
get y'all
Hold
evidence
on,
today?
hold
The
on,
judge
'Cause I
can
waited
hold
and
on,
waited.
hold on, hold on. Again, we're not doing it back and forth. I need y'all to respect each other. If someone objects, you wait until I make a decision on the ruling. You don't argue back and forth. Otherwise, we'll get nowhere. Now, JB.
Your Honor, so we submitted pre-trial discovery. It was late. You forgave it on both sides, and we moved on. I have not seen any additional video because in this video, you can clearly see that the person stood there is the person who ran and the person who was arrested. This person was also identified. We have not seen any follow-up video or any follow-up reports related to this woman, nor is she listed in the MDT. And to be
okay,
and
hold on, DA. Troublefield.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
have evidence that this is the woman that was with Mr. Sam during
Absolutely.
this?
And we should have two different body cam videos since it was two different officers on the scene, but you know they only submitted one, and so we got the witness that was apprehended by the other officer here today. But there was only one. Go ahead.
Now, the defendant has testified that he was with his girlfriend. This woman has identified herself as his girlfriend. I highly doubt, let's just use logic here. I highly doubt that he would be at the ATM with another woman and then his girlfriend would back him up. She would throw him under proverbial bus. I will allow her testimony. Let's allow her to answer the questions. Both of you go back to your sides.
Thank you.
May I submit the video evidence that I was at the scene?
No,
Judge?
you may not. That would have needed to have been submitted already. But we are allowing your testimony.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your second question, Troublefield.
So can you give me a recount of the events that you remember happening on that day? After,
Yes, of course.
Go ahead.
We arrived to the ATM. I had a large amount of money that I needed to deposit. There's been an issue with my credit card that was stolen. Okay. And I needed to deposit my money. I was unable to get into the ATM, so I gave it to my boyfriend and I asked him to please deposit amount of money into my account. He did that and he was sending it to me through through the Cash App, again because I could not deposit the money into the ATM. That is when I heard a noise coming from behind us. I got scared and I ran to go see what it was, and then I saw a male coming out of nowhere of an alley. So I started to try to defend myself and I hit the male one or two times. He didn't identify himself as anything. He just put me in handcuffs by a trash can. And then he left me in handcuffs there and then ran away. Then he came back and no, I told him, I don't know that you were a cop. I told him straight up. I told him, how am I supposed to know that you're an officer? You're not identifying yourself. You're not dressed like a regular cop. You just have a vest on. You don't have no more identifiers than that. When something like this is going on so fast, we're not going to know who you are. And then that's when he left me and went to go help the other officer.
Awesome. Now, when you say they had no other identifiers, did you even see a police car? Or
I'm sorry? No, there was
Did you
no
even
police
no
car.
police car, no lights, no
No police
sirens?
car. No, as a matter of fact, they had a police car hidden from what I'm assuming. Because that's where they ran and they ran off and they took him to the back. I could not see them even take him anywhere. It's like they try to hide from me, and I was afraid for his life because it's officers that just took him away. I thought they might be trying to hurt him or something. It was very scary.
And just to entertain the court, how much has this situation cost you?
Oh my God. Like he's been gone for so long. It's been terrible. It's been terrible.
Help her,
It's just so
Jesus.
scary.
Somebody get her a
It's so
tissue.
scary thinking that he might be going to jail and they just kept him there.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help her.
I've been able to be with my man in so long and they just keep doing this and doing this. The officers didn't even identify themselves. I thought something was happening to him.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay, baby.
No further questions at this time, Your Honor?
Now, the court would be remiss, and I understand your pain, sister. Before you redirect, JB, the court would be remiss. I do have to make a clarifying point because our officers are courageous in their duties. Do you or your boyfriend suffer from any poor eyesight? Is your vision impaired in any way?
No.
So you do realize that the standard police officer vest for our officers have the word police emblazoned across it so that it's seen from many, many miles away, yards away rather, front and back. Please, so that you do not perjure yourself. No, I ain't gonna let you do it now, JB. I know how you are. And this woman is terrified. When you please be careful when you say you did not know that these people were police officers. As the standard uniform, everyone knows it. And these officers were both in full uniform with their full tactical vests with the words police emblazoned on it in big letters, front and back. I'll let you think on that while the DA asks her final question.
Before I ask my question, I would like to confirm with you, Judge, that witness testimony is statement of fact from the moment that the witness leaves the stand, right?
That is correct.
And Your Honor, we all sat here in witness when the defendant stated he was standing there on the phone with his GF sending money through the phone to the ATM. He said he was on the phone with you. Your prior
Objection. The witness
What?
and the defendant both said that she had cash.
Is there an
on
objection?
her. There was an objection. You might
there
need to clear your ears out. I definitely said objection.
Troublefield, what is the
All right.
nature of your objection? Give the term.
She's speculating. She's calling for facts, not in evidence. She's pissing me off, Your Honor.
Sustained. DA, rephrase your question. You're
Your Honor,
on redirect.
That's right. And Your Honor, these were directly made. Your Honor can pause her satellite feeds herself and listen to the witness's prior statement. He said he was on the phone with his girlfriend moving money through the phone to the ATM. That is exactly what he said. That is precisely
That's not
what he said.
what was said.
And since witness testimony is a statement of fact, were you on the phone with him, not on the phone with him? There seems to be two conflicting testimonies between you and him.
Is that your question?
Were you on the phone with him or not?
Is that your question?
That is
Yes,
her
were you on
question.
the phone with your
That
partner?
is, I was not on the phone with him. I was next to him, and he was sending
Your
me
Honor, I
money.
just asked her if she was on the phone, and she said no. Can we
And
count it
I-
as an answer, please?
Did you allow
Ma'am,
the
just
witness to answer?
answer the question. Just answer
I
the
was
question.
not on the phone with him. I
That's all
was
we.
next to him.
Your Honor, she's doing it again.
Allow her to elaborate. We'll allow it. Continue, ma'am.
I was not on the phone with him. I was next to him. He was sending me money through the phone because I myself could not deposit money. Again, as I've stated before, I could not deposit cash into the ATM. So I gave my cash to my boyfriend so that he may deposit it for me. And as he did that, once he was done, he was sending me money through the phone. I was present with him while he was standing next to the ATM, as everybody can clearly see in the video that was presented.
Your Honor, that was such a very lovely and long-winded response. I seem to have forgotten the answer to my original
The
question.
judge asked me to elaborate.
Were you on the phone with your boyfriend? Yes or no?
I was not on the phone, and the judge asked me to elaborate. That's exactly what I did.
So you were
I get
not
a
on the
full and
phone.
concise
Objection
response.
asked and answered, Your Honor.
Sustained. She did answer the question. I think we
right.
got it.
But without all I'm trying to confirm through that long-winded answer, were you on the phone with your boyfriend?
It's the third time she asked the same question. It has been responded.
And it hasn't been fully answered. Evasive responses, Your Honor. That's my objection.
Okay.
All I wanted to know was she on the phone?
Okay, DA, ma'am, answer yes or no.
I responded. I was not on the phone with him.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I needed to know.
Standing side by side. Why would they be on the phone?
Why are we still talking about this when my questions are over?
You get one redirect.
You know what? Since she is so hard of hearing, can you explain to us exactly what you guys were doing in front of the ATM one more time?
Your Honor,
the
shade has been answered. If he's going to make the same objection, he should stand on business on it.
I get the redirect.
Over.
I didn't ask the same question 8 times.
Order in the court. Troublefield, I'm going to tell you again. When someone objects, they state their objection and I answer, not you. I answer. Overruled, JB. He can ask whatever question he wants. It's his redirect. The shade in here. Jesus. Troublefield, ask your question.
So can you tell us one final time what exactly happened in front of the ATM since the DA is so hard of hearing?
Yes, of course.
Your Honor, objection 1, that is argumentative, and 2, asked and answered applies not only to both sides, but to all stages of witness testimony. She answered the question once with Troublefield and about 3 or 4 times with me. So this is moreover asked and answered.
Oh, now it's over asked and answered, but the first 5 times.
Lord have mercy. DA, jury, you are to strike from your ears Troublefield's petty ass comment about the DA. DA, you will allow this witness to answer Troublefield's question. Troublefield, ask your question.
For the last time, I'll ask this one question for the witness. Witness, could you please describe to us exactly what happened in front of that ATM from start to finish? Just one time.
Yes, of course.
No interruptions.
We arrived to the ATM because I needed to deposit money. I had a large sum of money on myself. I cannot deposit money into the ATM because there is an issue with my credit card, as previously stated. I gave my boyfriend, who was standing with me, and I was standing next to him, okay? I gave him my money so that he can deposit it for me. I gave him my money cash because, again, I cannot deposit the money into the ATM. I was not on the phone with him. I was standing right there next to him. I gave him the money. He deposited it into the ATM. He pulled out his phone to send me via Cash App the money that I needed. Okay, he had already deposited, sent it over to me. sent me the money, okay? And then I heard a noise that came from the background, okay? And I said, there's somebody here, which to then I walked to the alley that was on the side, and I saw a figure there whom I did not recognize, and I could not tell who it was because they were crouched down. And I got scared because they came at me, so I hit him one or two times. And I told him, I don't know who you are because you're coming out of nowhere and you're just arresting me. So how am I supposed to know who you are? And then they went to go I guess arrest my boyfriend.
Thank you for
Anything
your
else,
answer.
Friday?
You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You better walk.
I love you, baby. Don't worry.
Aw. That's a good looking couple. Mm-hmm. All right, Troublefield, are you calling any other witnesses?
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. DA, did you have something else to present to the court before we entered into closing arguments? Your voice box is your
No,
amplification.
just my closing, Your Honor.
All right. Troublefield, you may take your seat. We're now here closing arguments from the prosecution. 1 minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, Jesus. Okay, restart my 60 seconds, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard a lot of information. A lot of information. We heard the defendant say he was on the phone with his girlfriend. We heard his girlfriend say he wasn't on the phone. Apparently, there was a phone, but there was also no phone found on his person. But here's the facts that we do have straight. The defendant was standing by an ATM with over $100,000 in cash and 17 cloned cards. He was standing by an ATM with cloned cards. If that's not hands in the cookie jar, I don't know what is. We also heard what appears to be, in my opinion, conflicting testimony from a girlfriend who, let's be honest, who wouldn't lie for their man? Who wouldn't lie for their man?
That's
There's
true.
motive there.
He fine, I lie.
But the truth is in the evidence.
Sorry.
There was cloned cards in his pockets, and he was stood by an ATM. There might be a lot of smoke and mirrors going on over here, but that seems to be the one thing that we do at least agree on. He was standing by an ATM with cloned cards, cookie in hand, crumbs on face, hand in jar.
Wow.
Find this man guilty. Don't let him play in all of your collective faces.
The point. Troublefield, closing arguments. 1 minute.
The only one playing in y'all face is the DA.
Oh.
She will have y'all sit here and believe that standing beside an ATM constitutes just all violations of his Fourth Amendment rights. There is no chain of custody. Who's to say these officers didn't even identify themselves when they approached the clients? Before he even placed cuffs on my clients, he already called him a scamming ass. How do you know he a scammer if you ain't even did no investigation? Who's to say he didn't plant them cards on my client?
Shade.
But the DA wants to say smoke and mirrors and all this and paint this picture, and she can't even get her facts straight.
Oh.
I rest.
Ladies of the jury and our family in TikTokonia and across the entire satellite feed for Court TV. It is now time to deliberate according to the charges. If you guys would please follow me into the jury room, you'll receive your instructions. Come on in. Come in. Ladies, have a seat. Okay, Miss Ma'am and my beautiful friend in the red here will serve as our jury foreman as she has experience with this jury setting. Your instructions are simple. What it is your charge is you take it count by count, regardless of the narratives that were told to you today. He is either to be found guilty or not guilty, charge by charge. I'm going to let you guys talk about it amongst yourselves, and then in 5 minutes, I'll read the charges to you, and you collectively vote guilty or not guilty. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you may begin.
Okay, so here's what we know. We know that he was in fact by the ATM. We understand that he was placing money into the account because his girlfriend's credit card was not working. However, they did not find no phone.
Right.
Just to, to stamp that, so to speak. And then the clone cards, I mean, it's suspect because we don't know for sure. We wasn't there. He was crouched down. We could see in the video from where it was coming from that they were PD, but maybe from their angle they couldn't. You know, this city is full of violence, so me personally. I'm weighing out more that he's not guilty than guilty. That's me. Anybody else want to say something?
I I can agree with your statement. Yes, I agree with what you say.
No, I definitely feel the same way.
Am I? Is she in her head? We just need hers.
Training.
If you're talking, we cannot hear you, honey.
I
Peach,
tend to
let her
handle my
know.
business all the time. DA was afraid of me.
So we're leading towards not guilty. We just need
Yes,
what's
Did
your
you accept
verdict?
my evidence?
just need to hear her confirmation.
Yeah, I'm definitely towards
Being a
not
DA
guilty.
afraid of evidence is crazy.
We go stupid for afraid of evidence.
I
We love
just
evidence
personally
over
think there
here,
wasn't enough
but we also
evidence.
love to get it tossed out every now and
I
then.
It could have
agree.
went
Right.
either way.
Okay.
There's not enough evidence to prove that he's guilty, so I'm leaning toward
Right.
not guilty.
Okay. So let's take it charge by charge. Overall, you feel like he is not guilty. For the charge of fraud, which is that the crime of having illegal contraband on his person, which is the cloned cards, do you find him guilty or not guilty for having cloned cards on his person?
Well, for having the cards, like the lawyer stated, we don't know if they were placed. Did they even show them in evidence? I didn't catch that part.
Yes, it's in the evidence locker. He was found with a large sum of cash, over 100,000, and
Yeah, yeah,
17
and did we
cloned
see the
Okay,
card?
so can we find him
17
I
on the stand
seen
stumbling on us?
he
definitely
had.
one card, but
Yes, he
Well,
had.
that was my thing because he said that they could have been placed on him, but
I say not
I'm
guilty.
The officers with
I think
the way
red
that
guilty.
evidence is taken from the defendants right there on the scene is they open up their pockets and they're emptied out. On his person was found the 100,000 plus and 17 cloned cards that was taken.
I would probably say that for that charge for having the fraud cards, that's illegal. If that's what it is, and he had them on him, they were taking off his person, then I would say he definitely, would be guilty for that.
Yeah,
But I don't,
that's what I
Guilty.
was
I
saying.
can't say, I'm not gonna say that he, all the chart, the credit card transactions that were made and all that, they can't pin that on him because they don't have proof of that. They only have proof that he had the
No,
cards
that's
on him.
accurate.
And
That is
that is
true.
the charge. The charge is whether he had the cards or not in his possession. Doesn't matter how he obtained them. If he had them, if you guys find that he have
She
them
was just
on his person,
Okay, I
guilty or
mean,
not
I would
guilty.
say for that, he would definitely be guilty for having the cards on him.
Yes, guilty for the first charge.
Now, the next charge is conspiracy to commit fraud. Do you find him guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
I'm not good too
They
much
didn't
guilty
catch him
vibes,
in
but
the
he
act. They
said
just
that
caught
he
him. They
got
caught him with
ish.
the cards.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I did the voice right.
Can yeah.
I'm
Can y'all hear
just,
me?
I'm just
Yes,
Now we
now we
can.
can.
But yeah, you was
I
ahead
said
because
not
I know some
guilty.
people
Okay, got it.
the other side of the great
So
swamp
that's
ain't gonna be
overwhelmingly not guilty for that. And for the last
talking.
charge of resisting
So we
arrest,
all agreeing that we feel like he's not
I
guilty,
don't know
Yeah,
what
no.
right?
So
this
not
I
guilty
think
for
the
the
other
last
part
two
Okay.
counts. Not guilty for having the
Yeah.
fraudulent cards on him. Guilty.
right. So you're
Right.
finding
Yeah.
him not guilty for resisting arrest as well?
Because what are you doing to him for?
Not for resisting arrest because, like I said in the video, the same way they couldn't, identify her, his girlfriend, it was almost the same thing because we could see the back of their vest, but they can't see the back of their vest,
It's on the front of their
and being
vest.
paranoid, they probably thought it was somebody trying to take their money too. We don't, you know what I mean? I don't feel like there was enough
Yeah.
evidence for that.
Yeah.
On the charge of resisting arrest, how many votes for guilty? Raise your hands.
Ooh, that's me.
How many votes for not guilty?
Let me stand up. I'm sorry.
Okay, got it. Okay, so everybody
I'm trying to
is
raise
I
my
not
can't
hand.
even hold
guilty
it
on that.
down.
Okay.
I'm so jealous of people with these cute accents and shit.
All right, I think we got it.
Basic American is
All right, my friends in the satellite
I just
feed.
want to say, Your Honor, thank you for this opportunity. This was the best experience ever.
You
Yes,
are
ma'am. Thank you.
welcome.
I really enjoyed it too.
For the most part, guys, for the couple of hundred folks that are with us on the satellite feed, their vote is guilty on the fraud along with you. For conspiracy, they also voted not guilty. And for resisting arrest, they found guilty because he ran from the police officers. There was a chase involved.
Okay.
But majority wins. Not guilty on the resisting arrest. Okay, so I'm going to pay each of you for your time with us today because I appreciate y'all. Hold on one second. And that's 100K. Each of you will get 25K. Is that okay?
Yes,
That's
Your Honor.
fine.
All right now. Let's see.
And we can come be jury for you.
Anytime. We'll need
Yes.
if can you guys come back on Monday?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
1, 2, 3. Proceed.
Out there, I just want to love everybody.
Okay.
Love me, love me.
Accept. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna give you guys cash. It's easier. Okay, 24.
Probably the same way my niece got here. How about you tell the court about the
Who's Lumen?
24.
Judge, are you Lumen?
Okay, there you go. Say that
Thank
again.
you.
Next person, step up.
Are you Lumen?
or the tippy
Oh, yes, I
toe
am.
turn,
Okay, and 152. Let's get you your money.
or the washing machine ride.
152. There you go. Thank you for your service.
Shit.
Thank you.
And you look fly. Oh, y'all look so fly.
Or the
Thank you.
helicopter
Thank
ride.
you, Your
Thank you.
Honor.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
And you are giving me what the Kardashians really want to look like, black girl realness and magic. You better go ahead with this right here. Loving the fits. Loving it. Let me get you your money. Okay, you are 183.
Oh, so is that why you
Okay.
had that limp, huh?
183. There you go, my mind. There you go. Thank you for your service. Okay. And this doll right here, you better give me housewife realness, but fly.
Thank you.
Please come back on Monday. And remember, for every jury you sit on, it's 25,000.
I sure
Nice
will.
little
You gonna
side
see me
hustle.
faithfully.
Okay, come on, let's go
It
back
is.
outside and let them know what we decided. Or what you guys decided. After you, ladies.
Same thing.
Thank you.
Last time I got any action was my second
Thank you,
boyfriend.
TikTokonia. I appreciate y'all.
You want to talk about some basketball? Anyway.
All right.
Assistant,
Oh, shit.
think about a cherry now. Think about a cherry.
All right. Court is back in session. We have a verdict. Will the defendant please rise?
I'm gonna throw up.
Mr. Sam, the jury has debated, and after much debate, has come to the following. For resisting arrest, you have been found not guilty. For conspiracy to commit fraud, you have been found not guilty. In the matter of fraud, you have been found guilty. DA, can you please let us know the time and fines associated
Legally across, Your Honor?
with the fraud charge? No, sir, the trial is over. There's nothing else to argue. He has been found guilty of fraud and not guilty on the other two charges. The fraud stems from the possession of the cloned cards, which is illegal in this state.
Can you put on the record that we move to file an appeal?
Your appeal will be denied. That's pretty much closed case. I'm going to spare you and your client the expense and time and the resources of this court. A jury of his peers found him guilty of having illegal contraband, and so it shall stand. He was released of resisting arrest, and he was found not guilty of conspiracy to commit fraud. I think you should take this and sit with it.
Your Honor, you didn't rule on the failure to appear.
Oh, that stands. That's a court. That's just automatic. That's not for the jury to rule on. That's automatic.
Just a moment, Your Honor. I'm calculating the amended ruling.
Troublefield, if
Your
it's any
Honor,
consolation on that last charge, you have quite the fan base. They call you Your nickname is now Crash Out Troublefield.
Oh hell.
If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is.
You
Oh
are.
my
For real.
You
god.
got hundreds of people chanting Crash Out Troublefield right now.
Okay, Your Honor.
What is the recommended sentencing from the state?
With the added failure to appear charge, you haven't ruled on any additional fines. The fines is set as at judge's discretion. So this is ruling without your discretion for however much this failure to appear fine should be. He is facing 250 months and $100,500 in fines, and whatever your discretion is to be added will be on top of that.
Okay. All right. All right. Mr. Sam, are you ready for sentencing? Would you like to make any statement before the court before sentencing? You can please step up and make sure the microphone is on.
I don't really have too much to say.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sams, you are looking at 250 months and 100K. I will be honest with you, I've seen much worse crimes cross our desk. Because of the amount of time that we have spent on this and the amount of time that you had already served, I am going to pardon your 250-month sentence and remand you to 250 months of community service with the APD and the DA's division. You will be free, but you will have to serve your time doing community service at the discretion of the district attorney's office. You will pay $250,000 in fines. You are to report to the DA Monday. Your ankle monitor will not be removed until your service is complete. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. DA, if you can please go ahead and invoice him for the $250,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Troublefield, can you make sure that your client, Troublefield, you are responsible for your client completing his community service. 250 months, you are to track it. If he misses it, he will have to serve double the time and fines as per law. Actually, murderers get the 9s. He's nowhere near that.
So I got to babysit too now, Your Honor.
It's your client. It's your responsibility. Make sure he doesn't end up back in this court.
Well, he come back, I'm still gonna represent him. I don't care.
Jury, we thank you so much for your service. You are dismissed.
How much are we billing him, Your Honor? You never rendered your additional fine.
He was at 100K. I put another 100K on top of that. He's at
so that's 200,500.
That's correct.
I got that cash. I can pay it right now.
We have to generate a paper trail. We can't accept cash.
I think y'all have had enough of the cash. So I think y'all want to stay away from cash for a little bit.
Money talk.
Indeed.
So does community service.
Troublefield, make sure you confer with the DA to get that community service done. The DA will be on your ass until it is completed, as you already know. All right. Court is adjourned. Mr. Sam, Godspeed to you. I hope the next time I see you in my court, it is for a marriage license for you and this ride or die beautiful woman you have by your side. Make no mistake, you are a lucky man.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Court's adjourned.
Oh my god, babe.
Ooh, a lot. Okay, wait. So, Your Honor, we saw Marcus Carr,
Okay.
Craven Banks, Scarface
Come.
P, and Marcus Sam.
That's right.
Okay, I got the recap right here. Oh, I'm trying not to have them out.
Child, they was gonna let
Am I
him, they was
off
gonna
my
let
game?
him
Is it
go.
retrograde? How do I go from not losing a case since 2019 to losing 3 in 1 week?
The jury.
Am I losing my edge?
Not at all. It's the jury. You have to learn how to weave the narrative, hold them, and then let them go.
Mm.
You talk too much.
I thought I denied this case. I actually kind of calmed it down.
Edit it just a little bit more. And make sure that your narrative hits home.
You breaking up, Your Honor? What?
Oh.
Make sure what?
And I said, make sure your narrative hits home. Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
Why are you carrying me?
Oh, I can explain.
Yeah. Your hand is
I
on
don't
my
know you.
booty.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I was just you sound like you seem like your feet were tired a little bit. You know,
I
just a little
was.
bit.
My feet hurt. I'm just saying.
See, heels not fun.
Yes.
All right. The recap is in.
Now, as you know, JB, when a jury enters the discussion, it's definitely more about connecting with the jury as well. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's definitely about connecting with the jury.
That's the crazy thing is I have no problem connecting with people. Like outside of here, I'm goofy and I be connecting with folks. But
well, the jury,
but
some of the jury is still here. You can ask them. Come on, let's
Ask them what now?
ask
What we
them. Ask the jury.
Hey.
Ask about the jury.
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi. So
This is
Yeah,
a
no
lifting.
problem.
we wanted to know about how you felt about the two attorneys and who you connected with more and why. There's JB, who was the prosecution, and then there was Troublefield, who was the defense. What made Troublefield more believable?
I'm just kidding.
You said what made Trouble
damn
feel?
well you knew that your people's was definitely not telling the truth the whole time.
What made Troublefield
Like
more believable than the DA?
I just felt like I was saying, it just wasn't enough evidence to really just, But as far as the cards, yeah, that was something. But I mean,
I'm in love.
Would it have helped to see? Would it have helped to see the evidence from the police? Would it have helped to have heard from the police officer of them chasing him all over the city during that day?
Yeah, her voice box broke up. I think she's saying, would having the cops here to have talked about it changed anything?
You not scared or intimidated?
What evidence would you have needed to see?
No, not at all.
Yeah, the cops. I feel like the cops would have been better coming from them, so we can get their point of view.
I agree. I think both sides, both yourself and Troublefield, come here for a sec. Harley, bring him over here real quick.
I didn't see that.
Yes, I did.
I want y'all.
I'm gonna clip it.
Hold on. I want y'all to get more serious about submitting your evidence. Evidence wins or breaks a case. Both of you, Troublefield, if you had more evidence from and statements and all that from your client, that could have helped you even more. Maybe even beat that the other charge.
Oh my god.
DA, if you had evidence from the police, hold on, guys, hold on. If you have more evidence from the police, I think that it would have went more in your favor, especially if we're to understand that if someone has credit clone cards, why conspiracy goes hand in hand with the cards. I was unable to make that connection for the jury because you did not present it for me to make that connection. So y'all have to rely on your evidence. Narrative. You got it, sis. Narrative plus the evidence is important. That's why I'm always asking you guys for evidence.
May I ask another question too? Because this is just from my take of seeing. So even though with the evidence, right? Because the evidence was clear that it was showing that maybe that he was running whatever said B and the cops chasing, right? Mm-hmm. But also, how do we go about, because what I saw was that the stories did not happen, which was another thing that I was like, okay, well, he's saying I'm on the phone with her, I was sending money through my phone and blah blah blah, but then turning around, the girl saying something totally 100% 360 900,000 miles away different. So
right.
Mm-hmm. So in the sense of that nature, mm-hmm. right? Because then at that point, who's really telling the truth? And the witnesses, and that's supposed to be the defense's witnesses,
right?
That are saying this. So how did we still come to a conclusion that it would rule kind of sort of like more towards them than it would the other way around? Because obviously they didn't have their story straight in the first place. You could tell they were telling lies.
They really didn't.
Now, I agree with you 100%. So it's your job as the DA, the state prosecutor, whoever, it's the attorney's job to redirect and focus the jury on the facts. Everything that they said could have been explained away as a Bonnie and Clyde situation. Where was the evidence of them, the two of them? What was her background? Did the state delve into her background? Was she arrested before? Are they known criminals? Y'all have to dig into these cases if you want to prove your point. And the same for Troublefield. Is she a saint? Does she go to church? You know what I'm saying? If you paint and provide evidence, you're able to create the narrative. Your evidence will give you that.
So then in that,
So then in that sense, right, so if you only have the questions to work with, right, can you actually direct your attention like to the jury and be like, okay, after you ask the question and can you like and get the answer, can you turn to the jury and like speak to them directly before you go back to questioning?
Of course.
Okay.
Now they've been trying so many holes. They've been trying to do that, but every time after a question they start objecting on each other and then they lose focus, which is why I keep trying to get them to focus. If you noticed. Now, even though you get 4 questions, you have a day or 2 to get all the evidence you need. And in between your questions, you craft the narrative, as she's saying, with your jury. Make sense?
I'm so sorry. I had the angels in my head making noise. I actually did not hear that. I apologize.
Now, somebody is asking me, when is Miss Escobar's trial? From my understanding, Miss Escobar is retaining an attorney, and she will be her charges will be filed soon. She has a civil case coming up.
You gotta be a little nicer, okay? Just a little bit.
Who? Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Miss Escobar, she has a civil case coming up.
I'm trying to be very motherly and nurturing right now.
But that's why I was like asking those questions, because like for me, like after like studying a few things and everything like that, I saw a lot of holes, and I wish at that point, I wish I was actually doing it because I think I would have turned that so much.
Okay.
Your Honor, is there an update on Coach Banks?
As a matter of fact, no. And I think that the police department is closed right now. I guess we'll have to wait till tomorrow or Monday to find out what happened.
Dun, 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 dun. But no, I think the DA did an amazing job though too.
I do.
I was learning a lot by just watching.
She did.
She could. She has a whole fan club. When I tell you,
all right, I guess. No, I'm just playing.
TikTok Tonia lives for JB. I cannot.
But that's why I was like watching. That's why I was like watching what she was what she was doing and how she was like going about it. But that's why I was like, I wonder if I can actually go and like talk to jury like in between those, because then I think that would have made a big difference if you would talk to jury and pointed out how they didn't meet up to their stories.
As magnificent as my friend JB is, for some reason she has a little insecurity when it comes to talking to the jury, and we're trying to break her out of that.
You were
just a little bit.
You so.
That's kind of one of the things I actually have
talking to the jury.
When I'm actually like trying to talk to the
she's a little shy, a little insecure, a little tiny bit, but she's
on the side,
breaking out of it.
You saw that they didn't have this and this and this. Like I was in JB's ear so quick.
Right. So you guys got to understand this whole jury concept. Is 30 days new. We just started doing this. So the things that our team is used to doing, this is new for them. So having to present in front of a jury is a brand new thing, especially if you're just used to bench trials or not even having trials, just, doing nothing but plea deals. Because let's face it, this is GTA. It's a city of fucking criminals. No one's innocent, not even us. You know what I'm saying? I might got a little joint in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? But this is GTA. You know what I'm saying? So the game is, when we come in this courtroom, what can we prove? How can we prove it? This is a duel. This is a sparring match of intellect and wit when we come in here. And that's how we get our kicks in here. This is a city full of nothing but fucking criminals. Every last one of them. But they deserve justice. They deserve to have their civil rights honored. The police need to stay in line and follow the fucking rules. And that's it.
Because they run out. They pulled me over. I wasn't doing nothing.
Okay. Now,
you need a lawyer.
In my humble opinion, he was guilty as fuck. And if had this gone to bench trial, he would have been found guilty on all charges.
I said he was guilty as hell. I was sitting there like, ain't no way you gonna tell me he got off. I was like, what?
But we respect the jury. We respect, because we understand that in order for you to find him guilty, the prosecution has to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he was guilty of those charges. So
see, I would have pointed as soon as one did it. Okay, he pointed out that he had a phone that he did not have, because you can see in the evidence right there that there was no phone. Like,
now JB said that 4 times.
Yes, that's why I was confused. Like, how the hell?
Shit, I done dropped the shit.
Oh Lord!
Oh, I picked the. Oh, where am I on the floor? What is going on? Where am I crawling? Oh my god! What is going on right now? Oh my god!
Where did she go?
Oh no! Somebody get me up off the floor!
I'm so scared. I don't know what just happened.
What happened?
There's a whole lot.
My back was turned.
I don't know. Oh, why am I on the floor?
Ooh.
What is going on?
Oh wait, you gotta
help!
Flex your control.
I did.
Muscle.
What in the world?
Every time I move, though.
Were you trying to plot about being in the army or something? What's going
Hell
on?
no! I knocked my microphone over and hit my keyboard, and now every time I move, I fall on the floor. Oh Jesus!
Oh, she did say she had some joints in her pocket, didn't she?
Thank you, friend. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm about to F it out of here. I'm about to put my head. Time me to go.
JB, I take my 1942.
I need some milk.
So let me ask y'all something. Why weren't the cops here that arrested him? Like, why weren't they here?
Because one of them, they don't stay up that late, and the court starts late, and we have to do the arraignments first, and then everybody's heads kept popping and couldn't see.
Yeah, today was a
So
horrible day.
so it was just delay after delay because everybody's heads was popping and folks couldn't see. And you already know that airplane ride, you got to listen to that song about 11 times before
Right.
you're
Oh
finally in
shit!
here.
I turned it off.
Like dead ass, I could pop my head right now. It'll take me damn near 15 minutes to
I
pop
can
right
go
Yes,
back
to
it
here.
does.
yes,
Oh,
it
wow.
does. Yes,
So like
sometimes
imagine
20.
so imagine
And I
that in
have
the
a strong
middle of
computer.
and imagine that in the middle of trial, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, and it's already late. So
Yeah, he had to go.
I have a very intelligent brain, and it still makes me sit here for like a good 10, 20 minutes. I'd be like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it's kind of like you get ready for work and you're gonna make it on time. Your baby throws up on you. You take a quick shower, get dressed, and it looks like you might just make it barely on time just to get a flat tire. Like
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
like
That's
that's
exactly what it's
really
like.
what it is. Like your head popping in the middle of court is the most anxious, unnerving thing. Like, ugh.
And then
Uh,
they had to walk back in here like nothing happened.
That's true.
Right. And people be
Yep.
looking at you like, why they coming in all late like that? Like, shut up.
Right.
Leave me alone.
All right, ladies. Monday we got some more trials.
and
I hope,
gentlemen,
and gentlemen, Monday.
I
Well,
guess. I
our
mean,
jury,
what?
our jury. We got more trials on Monday. We'd love to see you guys again, especially as you're getting to understand how it's working. We'd love to have you here with us.
You most definitely gonna see us.
Yes.
I'm
There
Ah!
just
we go.
finding that.
Ah!
all
Oh, wait.
right.
No, wait. Oh, wait.
I'm sorry.
All right, put me down. I'm gonna head out. I figure. Ah,
All right, y'all.
Jesus.
What do
It's been
you think
real up in here.
Yeah, what do you think guys be ready to take on?
I'll
I'll see
see y'all
y'all Monday.
later.
Yep,
All
I'm gonna
right,
try
my
to
friends
see.
in
I'm gonna try to get to
TikTokonia, thank you
court
so
ready by
much for
Monday.
your help. I would
Come
walk
with
back to
me
my
to the
office, but y'all see what I'm going through right now.
No,
This shit
thank
is
you.
crazy.
I'm just kidding.
Monday, court resumes. If you are tuned in to Boogie XR, you know where to find me. I know a lot of you are worried about what happens if the lights go off with TikTok. You can find us at Boogie XR on YouTube and Boogie XR on Twitch. Okay? We don't know what's going to happen. We hope they don't take it away from us. But, that's why you never put all your eggs in one basket. You can find past videos on YouTube. Just look up Boogie XR. You'll see it under the banner of Grown Folk Gaming. Talk shit, kick ass. Can't miss it. All right? Please make sure you, I hate, you know what? I'm not one of the people that be like, ooh, like and subscribe. But in this case, subscribe if you want to keep up with us, okay? That way, if the lights go out here, y'all will always have a way to still participate in court with us. And we need your support. We want you to play with us. If you're interested in joining this city, you got to first of all, you need a GTA 5. You need to download it through a game portal called Steam. Download it through Steam, GTA 5. Then you're going to download something called 5M. Once you get into 5M, you will search City of Atlanta. It is a private server. Now, to enter the city, you either fill out an application or pay $35. Yeah, the city is that popular. There's a whitelist fee. Or, if you don't want to pay it, do an application. It takes about 24 to 48 hours. And then once you get in here, you come straight to the court. Ask for Chief Justice Boogie X Esquire. Okay? Tell him you are from TikTok Landia, and I will take care of you personally and make sure that you have everything you need. Get a tour of Atlanta, all of that. Come find me, friends. In the meantime, follow us on YouTube, Boogie XR, or Twitch, Boogie XR. You'll see it, City of Atlanta. I rocks with y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. If I go live again, more than likely it'll be from my home state, which is Miami-Dade. I'm a whole gangster over there, child. Those of you that already went with me to Miami, you already know what it is. When I go down the turnpike, I'm not the judge. Understand? I'm a thug. All right, so don't be surprised. All right, that's it. Good night.